are you tuning in to live because of Jon Rahm?
I won't say that like Rahm joining it is moving the needle towards me like downloading the app or whatever. But it's like there's signs of life. It's doing this. Like needle's flickering.
It's flickering.
It's like it's gyrating a little bit.
All right, how's it going, everybody? So welcome to our new podcast. This is Claws Connect.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
Here we are.
So this is Joe, everybody. He's been with Claw for what, about probably 6 months now, I'd say.
Yeah, a little bit longer. I was looking back at the we'll get to the Claws Connect newsletter later, but while I was doing some writing for that, I was like, it feels like it's been 2 years since we came out with some of our products, and I was like scrolling through pictures and found it's like almost a year ago to the day that we came out with the Compact Club.
Yeah,
so it's been a little bit longer than that.
And I was showing you like renderings of it, like when I first met you, when we first did lessons. So just to give a little backstory, everybody. So Joe's going to be really involved with Claw a lot. We're going to be playing golf together, and we're launching a newsletter this week, so that's a kind of cool news. Just giving you more information about Claw and like what's going on here at Claw, but also just like the world of golf. So really excited for that. But yeah, Joe has been he was originally one of my students when I was working at my last job at Coyote Preserve. I mean, we just kind of became friends through that, and then now he's part of the company because I wanted somebody that was kind of forward thinking with kind of the direction we're going with this. And we'll get into more of like details of like similar mindsets that we have when it comes to kind of things that he's going to be doing with the company. And he's going to be doing a lot with like the newsletter, and he's just going to be really involved. So I'm excited.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun.
Glad to be here.
I'm excited to play some golf too. Like we're actually going to, so shout out X Golf Brighton. I mean, this is where we're shooting this right now. So you're used to probably seeing me on a podcast with Jonathan in his attic.
Up in the dollhouse.
So we moved out of mom's attic into the penthouse suite here at X Golf Brighton. This place is sick. I mean, it's really nice here. We're here in this like little lounge area right now. But yeah, they got, I mean, if you want to play indoor golf and get the most realistic experience for indoor golf, X Golf is the place to be for sure. We're going to be playing some golf today, probably film it, maybe go live on like YouTube or something, and then put it on YouTube. But yeah, this is sick in here. They've done a really good job. It's just opened up. Shout out Carolyn and Jason. But
and if you like to have a cocktail too, like the bar's staring us right in the face over there. So.
I mean, want to do a hair of the dog after yesterday's Super Bowl, right? Keep it going. Yeah, Super Bowl day after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's kind of lame, I thought. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about it earlier. Like it was excruciating watching that first half, man.
Yeah, so many like mistakes.
And
then like the fumbles and the muffed punts, like just really sloppy, which is, I think that maybe just has something to do with just nerves or something, where I don't know, like Pacheco's been solid all year and then he fumbles it on the 10.
But McCaffrey too. Yeah. The way that the Niners were moving the ball, that first possession, I'm like, well, is like the score is going to be 60-61, like final.
Exactly.
And then the CMC coughs it up, and I was like, all right. And but it's just like it was a slog, man. Like that first half. Yeah,
it was sloppy. It was not the Chiefs' best performance, but they pulled it out in the end. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think the commercials were that good either. Did you like any commercials? Like, didn't he like stand out to you?
No.
Commercial wise?
I wish I would have prepped for this more.
No, it's fine.
I like my takeaway was like there were like more sentimental. I mean, like it's like the first one I can think of, I think it was the Dove.
Oh,
Dove about like body body shaming with like girl sports and stuff, which on a sentimental value I was like, I like that, but like there wasn't anything super funny.
No Budweiser, no Clydesdales.
I think there was.
Was there?
There had to have been.
I didn't see one. I don't think.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't remember. I feel like I'd remember.
Yeah, and to that point,
usually that's like kind of a memorable thing.
Yeah,
like I'm looking for those Clydesdales.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to do some research.
See those Clydesdales rolling up Vegas Strip.
Right, they could have done something like that.
They could have.
Yeah, and the thing, because that first half was just like, it was just a grind to get through. It's kind of like when the commercials came around, I just like got busy with other stuff. Like I was scrolling Reddit, and
you said you were on Reddit after like you were just like, this is kind of like lame.
Yeah, and we didn't mention this, I don't think yet, but like we're Detroit guys.
Yeah.
So like that was the constant. For just sure. Like this game would be so much better with the Lions. Like
I know.
Yeah. But in the end, I mean, it was objectively a good. I mean, you got an overtime out of it.
The halftime show was really good. Usher killed it.
Yeah. Sorry, we skipped right over. Yeah. Usher,
Usher killed it. Like, you got to give him his flowers.
The nostalgia play.
I mean, it was probably like one of the first. I mean, I'm 31. You're 30.
Late 30s.
Yeah. Right. Late 30s. So that was like the first Super Bowl halftime show for me where it was like almost nostalgic in a sense, where it was like, oh wow, like this reminds me of when I was in middle school or like elementary school. And I mean, Usher, he's so iconic in that era. So that was probably one of the first ones where it was like, wow, this is really making me kind of feel old now.
I was texting with a buddy during the game about that, how because last year was Rihanna, which is like still...
she did great.
Yeah, which is like, she still has new music coming out, but there's also some older ones. Like she's been in the game a long time.
But yeah, like Usher doesn't have any music coming out anymore. So it's like, you just think of like him as... It's like if Nelly was to perform or something, it's like...
Well, it was a few years back was the... like the Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, like that one to me, that's probably my favorite one of like recent memory, but...
Right. So you were double screening it. You had the waste management going at the same time.
The waste management, because it with the weather delays and they had to play that third round. On Sunday, it went pretty late, and so I had the iPad rocking.
There you go.
iPad rocking waste management. I had the game up on the big screen. It was great though. I got double. We got overtime and. Overtime in golf, overtime in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so Mother Nature finally let a golf tournament finish for the PGA Tour.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like that's why maybe one of the reasons I didn't really watch a lot of the waste management, but mostly because it was just, I don't know, it's on like a different schedule. I guess like, I mean, for me, like watch.
What do you mean Thursday?
It was like
Sunday?
It was a little bit later because of the whole like weather delay. Like if I'm watching golf, I'm typically probably watching it from like that 2 o'clock to like 4 o'clock sweet spot. But like, I mean, waste management didn't probably get over till what, like 7, 8 almost.
Yeah, it had to have been
in the West Coast swing. I mean, like this week's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be late. I'll be watching this week though, because we got Tiger coming back this week.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm pumped about that. He's actually launching his new apparel brand today.
I was gonna bring that up.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff on that. But I don't know, the West Coast swing just kind of messes with me with the whole like scheduling and stuff. Because like I said, I'm typically like, I like to work kind of at night, like around that kind of like 6 to 10 range. So watching golf doesn't really fit in on that. And also, I don't know, I didn't feel like it was like a super star-studded leaderboard. I mean, yes, it kind of finished off that way. Like Scotty finished off good yesterday, and he's been really killing it. I mean, if he could putt, that's
it's
like the same thing as last year. Like he's hitting the ball incredibly, but he just can't putt. And now he got his putting figured out. Supposedly.
He did. When I was watching kind of like the early part of that final round, like he was making putts, and like when he was in the lead, I don't know if he ever had the outright.
I think he was tied for the lead at one point, or maybe he was like one behind Charlie Hoffman.
Okay, I think he was one ahead of Tagala at one point, and then it was just like putter went cold.
Putter went cold. I think he'll get the putting figured out, but his ball striking is so good. It's like just get your putting figured out, and you got it. You're gonna dominate. And I don't know. I thought. I mean, it was the waste management. I mean, shout out Nick Taylor. I mean, he's got a solid swing. I mean, you usually hear me or kind of talking about more kind of instructional stuff. This Claws Connect podcast is going to be much more kind of like what we're talking, like more laid back. We got plenty of instructional content. But yeah, he's got a good swing. I mean, the thing that makes Nick Taylor so good is his grip and his, like we always talk about with Claw, like with the pinches and whatnot. Like he has, and I actually, when he won the Canadian Open, when we did a Claws and Effect podcast with Jonathan and I really we walked through his swing a lot. So I can probably, I'll link that actually in the bottom in the show notes.
Right on.
But yeah, we talked about his pinches being like pretty much perfect, and he uses his hands really well and doesn't use his body like at all, really. It's pretty incredible. But he's solid. Yeah. And he putted really good too. Yeah. It's funny, like when he won the Waste Management, I was seeing this, like when he won the Canadian Open, when he won the Waste Management, he does like the same, like he did like same like putter throw down. And like, that's like his move. It's just, that's the Nick Taylor signature thing. Throw the putter grip down and go crazy.
Did you get a chance to rewatching when he forced the extra hole?
For Waste Management?
Yeah.
No, I was totally like in Super Bowl mode at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. We weren't double boxing it.
Okay. He made, on 18, he made this one that like when you watched, I mean, like watching his body language, he thought he missed.
Really?
And it like,
I did. I saw the highlight. Yeah. It caught the lip.
Yeah. It was going right the whole way. And then just something, it was like there was like a breeze that came through and knocked it in. But man, he was more surprised.
He's a good player,
than
though. He's a good player. I don't know how old he really is, but yeah, he's having a good resurgence. I mean, 2 wins on the PGA Tour now, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think if he can just, I mean, he might be able to contend in majors, and we'll see. But I watched a lot of the Live too, and I thought Live was pretty good. The leaderboard was really kind of star-studded. I mean, DJ won. The last day, it was final round pairing was DJ, Rahm, and DeChambeau. And that's a pretty good, like if you're watching like a major or something, it's like, oh, okay, that's like, I'm definitely watching that.
Yeah, money buys a lot of good things.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know, like I'm just a fan of like golf in general. Like I feel like I'm not like, I mean, I just like watching golf. I don't really care. Like I'll watch DP World Tour. I'll watch LPGA.
Yeah.
I'll watch Live.
Good golf's good
golf.
golf.
I just like watching golf.
Yeah.
Like I really have nothing. I don't really care. Like, what do you think? Like, are you watching a lot of Live?
I really haven't. I haven't watched a ton of it. I've caught highlights of stuff. And really, like just like watching golf in general is kind of a new thing for me. I remember it was probably just like 2 years ago going up north on a buddy's trip or a buddy like golf trip, and it was around the time of British Open midsummer.
Yeah.
Is he even like I don't?
It's
like
I
have to
British,
ask you.
It's typically like the Open Championships typically like end of July, I think maybe or yeah, something like that.
So like timing would have been right, but like a buddy had it on his, on the radio on whatever it is, like PJ, whatever on
PJ
XM
Tour radio.
And I was just like, I was like, hey, I don't like really watch a lot of golf,
right?
And so like that's something new for me. But I mean, without getting into the whole like the what's going on
of it all,
with Saudi Arabia and that, it's just like to me, excellent golfers, excellent golfers, but to me. From the outside, and I just need to like I'm ignorant, like because I haven't really like sat and like watched it. It just seems like it's an exhibition, like PGA Tour has the history, right? And it's like like where did they play? They were in Vegas, right?
Yeah. And then the week prior they were in I think the like Mayakoba.
Okay.
So yeah, it's more like all over the world.
Okay,
it's kind of like a DP World Tour kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, where they're playing all over the world.
I remember it's a
little bit of US, but not a lot.
Like they've done Australian.
Yeah, they've done Australia. They've done like
last year they did. Yeah.
Like maybe Dubai or they're all over the place. But they've paid a lot of money for a lot of talent.
Yeah, and we'll like this. I think this will be a recurring theme. Like we'll come back.
I think that they're gonna I think they're gonna merge. Like that's my kind of thinking with it all. Is I think they're gonna merge.
I think that's in courts right now too.
Yeah,
like
I think. I mean,
figuring that all out.
The PGA Tour just got a huge investment of money from like SGG, which is just like all these rich billionaires that own all these sports teams, kind of combined all their funds and invested a lot of money in the PGA Tour. And I think PIF is, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I think it's Public Investment Fund.
Yeah,
that's
the Saudi one.
Yeah,
they're trying to like get in on that, and I think I'd be really shocked if by the end of the year, Live and PGA weren't like merged together.
Right.
Yeah. Like, because I feel like, I don't know, like they've got a really, I think the product's good. Like they got good players. It's fun. Like I like watching. I don't know. Like again, I just think it's good golf. Like I don't really care about like the team thing. I don't really care. Like that's kind of whatever. I just like watching good golf shots. That's really like how it's pretty simple.
I appreciate a good golf shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was going to say,
Rahm shanked 2 balls though.
Oh, he did?
In the final round.
Wow.
Yeah, which was like, whoa. I mean, you're watching it, you're like, wow. And it was funny, like Live is much more like, it's louder, basically. Yeah, so it's not like as like quiet and like holding up the signs and stuff. Like they got music playing.
Well, I was going to say like, and again, an outsider's perspective of Live and just like highlights I've seen and stuff, like it feels like a Waste Management every week, right? Although we didn't talk about this, but like did you see like I don't know if I've seen that many videos on like Twitter, scrolling Twitter that people posted and elsewhere, but like of unruly fans. Unruly fans. Like talking in people's swings and stuff.
I don't think I used to kind of the whole Waste Management thing, but I was talking to my buddies last night when we were watching the Super Bowl. I'm like, dude, I think I've like outgrown. I think I'm old now because I used to kind of dig the whole like Waste Management vibe, but it seems like really like it's really like ratchet now. I feel like it's bad, like it's pretty like bro-y. Like I don't know if it's really like my cup of tea anymore.
I mean, like
maybe it's just because like it's a small sample size of what's going on. Like they're showing all the like sensationalized like bad behavior and the dude's like doing slip and slide down.
I saw
like,
that.
Muddy.
Big dude.
Looked like well, it was like an episode of Jackass or something.
I had a buddy that got to go last year, and he was telling me great environment. And he was saying that it's like awesome environment, younger environment, like people are, but I mean. The difference between like when he went last year and this year was just like it seemed like I didn't see a lot of that last year, and maybe I missed it last year. It's like, okay, you have the 16th hole, right? The 16th hole. Yes. The guy holding up the quiet signs, like, what are you doing there? Correct. Like, it's not going to
your job.
But it seemed like out, like the videos that I saw was like out on the course. Just, I mean, like middle of the fairway, somebody
it's spread.
Talking, you know,
the virus is spread.
And it's like just people, they see it and it's like they like, oh, we can just do whatever we want. It's like if you have that contained in the 16th, like the 16th, cool.
But you can't contain that.
Like that's like that's that.
Yeah.
But you know,
it's spread.
And I just hope it doesn't get worse because it's like,
I mean that. Well, because the problem is that if it's becoming too distracting for the players, they just won't play. Yeah. And I don't know. Like I think it's good for the game. Like I like that we're kind of getting golf not so like stuffy and making it more inclusive and bringing more people in. Yeah. But I think you got to put like maybe some guardrails or some bumpers on it and just make sure that you can contain everything when you have these kind of new formats and whatnot. But
true or false? They cut off. Drinks on Saturday? Was that Saturday? Yeah.
But I think that's also because, I mean, that's a long day. Like, they're playing, I mean, think about it. Like, you're getting there, I mean, you're raging all night. Yeah. I mean, because of the weather delay, they're playing like 36 holes that day. So you're getting there like 5 a.m. Yeah. And then you're there till probably, I don't know, 6, 7 at night. That's a long day of just consistently drinking. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why they had to cut it off because it's probably like it hit a spot where they're like, oh, wow, like we, for one, I mean, maybe we're over serving because we're seeing like some of the behavior. Yeah. But
they started feeding closing time through the PA system.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I think it's good for the game. I think Live is a good product. I think I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole politics of everything.
Right.
But I enjoy watching Live. I just like I was like working. I like pulled it up on my computer. They have like this Live Golf Plus, and you can just literally watch it like right online for free. Their like streaming app is free, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah. It's that or the CW.
I'm not doing that. I don't know why people say that the CW. It's like you don't need the CW. Like you can just download the app.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe they don't have a bigger, something slightly bad. Like I haven't watched the CW.
CW. I mean, it's probably like whoever gave them the most money. Honestly,
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe CW was like trying to get more views for Gossip Girl or something.
Right.
I don't know what's on CW.
I was trying to think of something.
I think it's Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl's a good guess. Yeah.
That was probably
Buffy. Like replays
Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire.
Right. Pretty Little Liars or something.
Yeah. We were talking earlier. You were asking about like how much that Rahm switching to Live, like does that move the needle as far as like not acceptance.
What do you think about that?
That's not the right word, acceptance, but just like viewership and stuff. And I think that's massive. Do you know like what was the money he got? Do they do contracts or is it just like an upfront
it was
thing?
a lot. I mean, I want to say 600 million or something. I want to say, or I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I should probably know that.
I think I had seen 600 somewhere, but
we'll get better at knowing our facts about
this
stuff.
But money aside, money out of the equation.
Yeah,
huge name. Like that's. Yeah. I mean, like there are bigger or like other big ones, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But like I think that's their best get.
Yeah,
so
it's
far,
funny. Like
sure.
I was thinking about this, and this was kind of so. What Joe's referring to is our buddies were asking like, is Jon Rahm, does he move the needle? Basically, like, are you tuning in to Live because of Jon Rahm? And does he move the needle? And I don't know. It's a really good question. Like, I don't think that. Like, so we'll say this. I watched the final round. It was Jon Rahm, DJ, and DeChambeau. I'm a huge DJ fan. I've always been like a big DJ guy. I just like his vibe. I don't know. I think he's cool.
That like I get the like Bradley Cooper from The Hangover vibe
for
from
sure,
him.
for sure. Yeah, just like water off a camel's back, like just very like chill. Nothing really bothers him. Just like totally
let's play some
zoned
golf.
out.
Let's play some golf.
And Rahm's a little more like intense and like
but
I was thinking about this. I'm like, I don't know if he like moves the needle for me. Like I don't like if I'm watching Live and I'm on my computer and then I go like out to like I don't know, go grab dinner or something or go like get gas for my car or something. Am I like downloading the app to not miss a shot Jon Rahm is hitting?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Like I don't think I am.
Yeah.
Like I'll just like maybe watch the replay when I get back. Like with Tiger. I mean, that's kind of like what I'll use is like the needle mover, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Like I would never miss a shot, right? Like if I had to go gas for my car or something or like go meet somebody, I'm literally like pulling it up on my phone, watching it in my car, watching it like before I go into the place, watching it maybe while I'm at the place, depending on who I'm with.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm not missing a single shot.
Right.
That's like what I would say is like a needle mover, right?
Yeah.
And same thing with like Rory. Like Rory has that effect on me.
Okay.
And I don't know what is it, but I don't think Jon Rahm like really does that for me. And I don't really know if anybody on Live really. I don't know if there's a lot of like needle movers right now in golf, which is kind of weird. Which is why I think it's just like a big needle now. There's not like one individual like needle mover anymore. You know.
And again, like going back to me saying that it's like I haven't watched a lot of Live.
Yeah.
I won't say that like Rahm joining it is moving the needle towards me like downloading the app or whatever. But it's like there's signs of life. It's doing this. Like needle's flickering.
It's flickering.
It's gyrating a little bit. So like we'll see how that turns out. But again, to me, like a big part of like the reason that I've enjoyed watching golf the last couple of years is that let's go back to like the Usher thing, I guess.
Right.
Like the nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like I love the history of PGA is like what means like you talk about Nicklaus.
Yeah.
And Palmer. And it's like
it's like the legacy.
Comparing the greats throughout the generations where it's like we have Live, which to me in my mind is still just like an exhibition of like the best players that we could buy. So once I think, but like if it sticks,
right.
you know, like we're talking about, like there may be the merger and all that, and then who knows what happens
That would
then.
be cool.
But it's like if Live became its own thing, and like in a decade, then you have like, oh, so like this is the record score for this, whatever, you know?
Yeah, maybe it has its own like legacy or something.
Yeah, but yeah, zero legacy, and to me, that's like a big part of golf. So.
Yeah, I just don't really. I mean, I just don't think there's a lot. What I do like about Rahm though is that he's very competitive.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like he's like fiery, and like I think he brings like a good edge in terms of that.
Yeah.
And that's where it's kind of fun, where that made me want to watch more, not in terms of like, oh, I want to watch every shot Jon Rahm hits, much as it's like, oh, I know that Rahm is like bringing the competition, so DJ and DeChambeau are probably like going to be more elevated, so I'm probably going to see better golf shots.
Yeah, great point. Great point.
Like that's kind of how I look at it. But Rahm's just a pure competitor.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like he brings a lot to Live. But again, it's not like I'm like trying to see every shot. There's only two people that have had that effect on me. Tiger and Rory.
Okay.
Where it's like a needle mover. And it's like I have to watch every shot they hit. I might even like watch them on the driving range.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm following every single thing that they do.
Yeah.
And Rory doesn't really have that effect on me much anymore, just because, I don't know, he hasn't really done much like in the majors. But when he was first coming up, I mean, it was like, that's like one of my most fun. Like Tiger, obviously, I never really lived through his like 2000, 2001 era because I was like 8.
Yeah, right.
7 or 8, and I wasn't really into golf at that point. But like Rory coming up and like winning and like having all those, he won 4 majors in 3 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was like the guy. He was like, oh, this is the next Tiger. And then he just didn't really live up to that because of kind of various reasons. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that's huge, and not just for golf, like all sports. Like I mean, and again, we started at the top talking about football.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, Barry Sanders is just like, like he's the man, and will be forever. Like nobody will take that spot. As great as Calvin Johnson was, it's like it's always Barry, because like that was who I saw when I started watching the sport. So for me, I'm kind of like I'm like fresh here into like watching. So it's like that.
This
like
is all new for you.
So like Rahm probably has more of an impact on me because I just started watching recently.
Yeah, that's
so it's
true.
like he moves the needle a little bit more for me than he would for you.
Would you say that Rahm moves the needle like more than anybody like in golf right now for you? Just because like because you're new to golf.
Good question. No, because he left for Live.
Really?
Screw him. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't think there's one that stands out over anybody else. Although, like, I gotta say, like, watching Tigala.
Yeah, you like Tigala?
Yeah, and that is a lot. That has a lot to do with the Netflix thing.
Yeah,
like, he was
true.
He was very, very.
He was cool.
Very likable in that.
Yeah, he was very likable.
Right.
I saw somebody tweet about that yesterday. Tweet about that on X. I was gonna say. I'm still not used to saying
about
that.
About the Twitter X thing.
Yeah.
If you're on your desktop or laptop, what website do you go to? Is it x.com or is it twitter.com? It's twitter.com, so I will continue to call it Twitter.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Until that changes.
Yeah.
You can't fault me for calling it Twitter.
Everybody I know still calls it Twitter, but
and then it becomes like a wordy, like, previously known as X, formerly known as X.
Formerly known as. When Elon like talks about it, he says like formerly known as.
Right.
But maybe we'll put this podcast on X. Why not, right?
Yeah.
We'll put it on YouTube, we'll put it on X.
You put it on X, I'll put it on Twitter.
Yeah, all right. 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 Yeah. But yeah, this is kind of a new format for us, in terms of just kind of like a new direction we're kind of not pivoting Claw towards, but this is always kind of my vision that I had for Claw, was just try to make it a little bit more kind of entertainment, a little bit more playing golf. Like, I mean, I'm a golf pro. Jonathan's a golf pro. So that was always kind of like how it started. But I mean, now it's like, I'm ready to entertain. I'm ready to do cool stuff like this, where we just kind of BS about golf and sports in general. And that's what this podcast is going to be. It's going to be just like super, just kind of just riffing,
Yeah,
just two buddies hanging out Monday morning at
Monday morning,
7:00, 7:30 day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was a rough wake up this morning.
Yeah.
I'm glad the game started at 6:30 and not like 8:30 because it would have been even more rough.
Yeah, I was expecting 2 overtimes, and I was like, I just won't go to sleep. I'll just stay up and hit the road at 6 a.m.
Exactly. Have a shot, maybe have one when we get here in the morning here at X Golf.
Right.
But no, I mean we're gonna play some golf today at X Golf. And then we'll have warm. I mean, we got really nice weather in Michigan right now. It's a little colder today, but it was like 60 last week. Like we're going to be playing golf outside pretty soon.
Yeah, it was, I got to go for a little bike ride, which was nice.
Yeah.
I'm not like a biker.
Yeah.
I just I enjoy it for like the little bit of exercise, and like being in hibernation for the winter, I certainly needed it. But the problem was like it being 6. I didn't know what courses would be open.
Yeah,
it was windy as hell.
Yeah, it was.
And so like I was like, not a golf day. We'll just spin the wheels.
Yeah, we'll be outside soon. I'm excited. We got some cool stuff planned. I want to play. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of content. Like this is still the Claws and Effect YouTube channel, but expect a lot of different things on this channel. More kind of us playing golf. This podcast, the Claws and Effect podcast, I feel like kind of ran its course. So there's a lot. We basically broke down the entirety of like the secret to the golf swing of the hands and arms.
Yeah, what's that euphemism about kicking a dead horse? Yeah,
exactly.
You can only say it so many.
40
so many
episodes
ways.
of like basically saying the same, like just same thing, different ways. Like I said, I always said this in the Claws and Effect podcast. Try doing that. Like if you're a coach, I challenge you to 40 episods talking about the golf swing without like being able to show it and just literally like demonstrating it like with our compact club. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming though with Claw. Our Claw Ball just launched. I'm really excited about that. We've been having really good reception on that. The Claw Ball, people ask me all the time, like, what is the point of the Claw Ball? And it's heavy, which is one of the big reasons that, I think it's a good tool to use because it's heavy, it really gives you something to like push against. Mm-hmm. Like we talk about that a lot, like in the golf swing. Yeah. Like pushing your hands away from your body.
Oh yeah.
Creates that like triangle, and then just maintaining that push pressure throughout the entire golf swing is it's something you see with like all good players, what you see with Rahm. It's what you see with Nick Taylor. Mm-hmm. It's what you see with DJ. Like every good player is doing this, and nobody's really ever developed a training aid like this where it's like, okay, you could hold like a medicine ball, but it's like you're not holding that like you'd hold a golf club. Like
you're not gonna be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, you take your claws, you like holster them in here, and then now once you take your claws out of the ball, you just slide your hands like together. And they mimic the same like push feelings. So that's been a really good training aid for us. Yeah.
And like Ethan started at the top talking about how we met. Yeah. And the first time I swung a golf club, I was probably 10 or 11, and just like got a lot of bad habits because I never actually got a lesson. So here in my late 30s, I think it was a couple years ago that we met, maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
And like, hopefully we can get a picture in there to show you my like before and after of my like just my first move off the ball was just like pulling up. It's like
pulling apart.
It's like I the triangle became a diamond really quick. You know,
it was. Yeah, you had,
we'll bring that up. But.
Yeah, you had a couple of issues with just like the grip, like standing too close to the ball and not enough downward pressure on the handle, so it was hard for you to keep your elbows locked and like keep the club on plane basically. So and
just like
you made a lot of improvements.
Yeah, and in ways of an intro too. Like I'm not a golf instructor. I'm not a golf pro. I got like the lowest I've ever got my handicap down to was like an 8, and I'm at a 10 like last I checked according to the app that I use. So. I'm looking to continue to improve. Yeah,
but it's a good perspective to bring to it too, because it's like most people when they see like the Claws and Effect podcast, like me and Jonathan, we know a lot about the golf swing. We're both pros. Like now,
I
mean, we have somebody that's already been through.
I'm the control.
Like,
I'm the control.
Exactly.
Like I'm the dummy.
Right.
Like I'm the one that needs to learn as much as you guys.
But you're
do,
also somebody that's went through a lot of like the claw, like training, like the claw code, and and a lot of the things that we're doing with developing our curriculum. But it's like you've went through everything, like creating the claws, connecting them to the club, using them throughout the swing, and you're becoming more knowledgeable about them. And
growing up.
Yeah, you're growing up. You're blossoming. You're
blossoming.
blossoming.
I like that. I like that. You know, I think they show. I think they show episodes of Blossom on CW too.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. See, perfect. Yeah, we're getting familiar with all the CW shows. But no, we got a lot of exciting stuff coming with this. We got a newsletter launching this week that Joe's gonna rock out. I'm really excited for that. Just there'll be some instructional stuff on there. Also some current event stuff. It's gonna be really cool. And then we'll play golf here at X Golf. Again, shout out X Golf Brighton.
Shout out X Golf.
If you're in the area, come check it out. This place it's unreal. Have a cocktail, play some golf. It's as realistic as it gets. If you're in the Brighton area or anywhere in the Livingston County area, this is the place to be. I mean, it's fun here. Like at night, it's kind of like night. It's like bowling.
Yeah,
like the music progressively gets a little louder. And the lights get a little dimmer. And the fun like really cranks up. And it's a really cool vibe here. And the bar is sweet. I mean, I'll show some B-roll with like the horseshoe bar. I mean, there's like, I think there's 7 bays. There's a really sick private bay. If you ever watch, like, I'll do some instructional content sometimes. And that's where I'm teaching out of. It's called the Gilmore Room. It's really sweet. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's what it's called?
It's called the Gilmore Room.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You might have said that before, but I can see where we're sitting.
Yeah, we can see Happy right from here. Yeah.
Why don't you just go in your hole?
Yeah, exactly.
Or go home.
So that's a really cool room if you have like parties or anything. But
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, great
Shout
place.
out X Golf. We're about to really do a lot of content with them, and they're a good partner, and I'm excited. So this is gonna be a fun series to do, and this is a new shift with Claw, make it more fun, make it more entertaining. We're still doing instruction. Instruction's not going anywhere. It's still a core piece of Claw, but this is just kind of a different side. Yeah, Joe's going to be so involved now, so everybody's going to get to know him.
Yeah.
Me and him get to riff, hang out, play some golf, and talk about the CW.
Yeah, right. I'm going to look up their scheduling thing. See what else they
I am too. Yeah. See, that's how they get us. See, we download the app for Live, and we're watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer
man,
an hour later. Yeah.
Can't wait, man. Hey, well, it was fun BSing with you for a half hour.
That was fun. That was a really good time. Yeah, let's go. We're probably going to grab some breakfast and then play some golf. So, we'll throw it on. If you're watching this now, we've already went live the day before because it'll probably take me a day to edit it. But we'll have a replay of it. I'll throw it up on YouTube and X, Twitter, wherever you want to see it.
MySpace.
And then keep following us on Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new here and you want to kind of hear us just talk about the golf swing, talk about just current event stuff. I mean, we got Claws Connect, we got instructional. We'll be playing golf very soon. So this is going to be a really cool channel. I'm excited for the direction we're going with this. This is episode 1 of Claws Connect, man.
One of many.
That was fun.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.